Welcome to Green Garden Community TV. Think your tiny backyard can't be stylish? These 5 beautiful minimalist garden ideas will blow your mind. Sleek, simple, and stunning. See how modern landscaping can totally transform your space. Imagine stepping into your backyard and instantly feeling a wave of calm. That's the power of a Zen garden corner. It doesn't take much space, just a single corner of your small yard transformed with intentional simplicity. You don't need a sprawling garden or an elaborate layout to feel at peace. What you need is thoughtful design, clean elements, and a focus on calm. A minimalist Zen corner brings balance. It starts with a base of white gravel or raked sand, instantly creating a soothing visual texture. Then comes smooth river stones, strategically placed, not randomly scattered, but mindfully chosen and spaced. Add a single dwarf bamboo or a sculptural pine tree, and suddenly your backyard becomes a place of mindfulness and retreat. You might not have space for a traditional meditation room, but this corner offers the same emotional escape. It's a pocket of peace that encourages you to slow down, breathe, and let go. Whether you live in a busy city or a suburban neighborhood, a Zen garden corner lets your mind reset. This design style is about subtraction, not addition. It's about clarity, simplicity, and purpose. When your outdoor space reflects calm, it invites your mind to do the same. That's the minimalist way. Creating a minimalist Zen garden corner in your small backyard is about building an atmosphere of serenity with just a few intentional choices. It doesn't rely on expensive features or sprawling lawns. It's about composition, contrast, and flow. Even in a tight space, the right balance of natural materials and empty space can transform how you feel in your yard. Start with the base. White gravel or fine beige sand is the foundation of a Zen garden. Rake it into flowing lines, circles, or patterns that reflect movement and stillness at the same time. The texture creates interest without chaos. It also reflects sunlight, making your garden corner feel brighter and more open. Next, introduce stones. Not just any stones. Choose smooth river rocks or dark volcanic stones. These aren't randomly thrown in. Their placement is symbolic and deliberate. Use them to represent mountains, islands, or simply focal points that ground the design. Less is always more. Then, select your plant. Choose one that embodies balance and structure, such as a dwarf bamboo, Japanese maple, or a pruned pine. You only need 1 or 2. The idea is to reduce visual clutter and focus on form, not variety. If possible, elevate the plant in a simple container or integrate it into the gravel bed with enough breathing room around it. To complete the scene, consider a small bench, stone or wooden, where you can sit quietly, or a single sculpture or lantern to add height and story. Lighting is optional but powerful. One soft solar light can add magic without breaking the mood. The beauty of this design lies in its restraint. Every element has a reason for being there. No bright flowers, no plastic decor, just a calm space designed to make your outdoor area feel bigger, clearer, and more mindful. grass and concrete can't mix in a small yard? Think again. Linear grass strips combined with stone pathways are one of the most striking minimalist landscaping trends for 2025, and they work beautifully in tight outdoor spaces. This design isn't about random patches of grass or winding stepping stones. It's about clean geometry. Picture a small backyard sliced into bold, even strips alternating bands of vibrant grass and sleek, rectangular concrete slabs. It feels fresh. It feels organized. Most of all, it feels intentional. Linear designs guide the eye and create structure. They make a small backyard appear longer, more open, and more polished. The contrast between soft green turf and hard concrete gives your yard personality without making it feel crowded. Plus, this style keeps maintenance low. You're not watering a full lawn. You're not fussing over flower beds. You're creating beauty through form, not excess. And it works whether your home is modern, minimalist, or transitional. The look is clean. The layout is deliberate. And the result is a backyard that feels like an architectural feature of your home, not just an afterthought. Want a space that feels bold and effortless? Linear design delivers. The linear grass and stone path concept is perfect for small backyard owners who crave structure without the mess of traditional gardens. The strength of this design lies in its ability to combine natural and industrial elements, soft grass with structured concrete, to create a look that's minimal, modern, and undeniably striking. Start by measuring the space and dividing it into alternating sections. Grass strips should be even in width and perfectly parallel to the stone paths. The symmetry is what gives this layout its refined, architectural feel. You can use artificial turf for a maintenance-free solution, or opt for drought-resistant grass for a more sustainable approach. The concrete paths can be large rectangular pavers placed at consistent intervals. Choose a smooth, matte finish for a cleaner look. Lighter tones like soft gray work well with green grass, but darker charcoal pavers offer bold contrast if you want a more dramatic aesthetic. What's especially great about this design is how it controls the flow of the yard. Linear stripes visually pull the eye from one side of the yard to the other, making narrow or shallow spaces feel more expansive. You can lead the path to a simple bench, fire bowl, or compact water feature at the end to create a destination. Around the perimeter, keep things minimal. Low horizontal planters, a gravel border, or a simple hedge will frame the area without overwhelming it. Skip the flower beds and busy textures. Let the bold lines do the talking. Lighting can further accentuate this design. In-ground LED strip lights placed along the edge of the concrete or underneath the grass line create a soft glow that adds dimension at night. This approach is highly versatile. It works for entertaining, relaxing, or simply adding curb appeal. It's also budget-friendly and easy to install in phases, making it a favorite for homeowners looking to upgrade in steps. for a backyard design that feels modern, elegant, and bold all in a compact space? A black slate patio with built-in planters might be exactly what your small yard needs. This concept transforms a limited footprint into a luxurious outdoor area with clean edges and high-contrast tones that speak to sophisticated minimalist design. Forget cluttered garden beds and patchy grass. This is about intentional hardscaping, flat, rich slate tiles that feel cool underfoot and visually striking against minimal greenery. The slate creates a bold foundation, while built-in planters add life, texture, and height without interrupting the flow of the space. The planters aren't just decorative, they're part of the design. Think sleek concrete or wood-framed boxes that blend seamlessly with the patio floor, positioned along the edges or built into corners. Inside, you'll find sculptural greenery, lavender, snake plants, or upright grasses, chosen for their clean lines and subtle presence. This combination works beautifully in small spaces because it defines areas with purpose. Seating, walking, planting. The black slate gives depth and contrast, while the greenery softens the look just enough. It's outdoor minimalism with attitude, a little moody, very modern, and surprisingly inviting. When you choose a black slate patio with integrated planters, you're not just upgrading your yard, you're curating an experience. Designing a minimalist backyard with a black slate patio and built-in planters offers more than just a modern aesthetic, it redefines how your outdoor space functions. Slate is a bold and timeless material. Its natural texture, deep tones, and subtle shimmer provide a grounded foundation that feels both refined and durable. For small yards, it adds an immediate sense of structure and intentionality. Start by choosing large-format slate tiles. These create a seamless, uninterrupted look that visually expands the space. Unlike traditional pavers or mixed materials, slate brings cohesion. Its dark tones contrast beautifully with natural elements, making even sparse greenery pop. Now comes the genius of built-in planters. These aren't afterthoughts. They are integrated into the architecture of the patio. Use concrete, steel, or wood with clean edges and low profiles to contain your planting areas. They can line one side of the patio, form an L-shaped seating corner, or even double as a bench base. The idea is to fuse structure with softness, making each element purposeful. Select plants that echo the minimal aesthetic. Stick to 1 or 2 species. Lavender, ornamental grass, or snake plant are great choices. Their architectural shapes complement the rigid lines of the patio. Keep soil hidden with gravel or mulch in muted tones to preserve the clean look. Lighting is key for evening ambience. Subtle underlighting beneath the planters or along the patio edges creates a soft glow that brings out the texture of the slate and makes the space feel warm, not stark. Add a low-profile fire pit or modern outdoor furniture, something with neutral tones and simple silhouettes, and you've created a multifunctional outdoor room. This is a place for relaxing, entertaining, or simply enjoying a minimalist oasis without distraction. With the right design, a black slate patio with built-in planters becomes more than a stylish upgrade, it becomes the focal point of your outdoor living. minimalism doesn't have to mean boring symmetry or overly clean lines. In fact, one of the most visually compelling ways to design a small backyard is by using asymmetrical stone layouts paired with desert-inspired plants. It's raw, it's intentional, and it brings an organic, artistic energy that feels fresh and modern. Instead of lining everything up into perfect squares, embrace imperfection with bold, uneven flagstone paths that guide the eye through your space. The irregularity adds movement, and when done right, it can make your small yard feel bigger and more relaxed. There's a sense of natural order, not chaotic, but free-flowing. Pair this layout with drought-tolerant, sculptural plants like aloe, agave, desert spoon, or low-growing cacti. These are not soft or floral, they're bold, graphic, and perfect for minimalist design. Stick to a limited plant palette with strong shapes, letting the texture of the stones and gravel do most of the visual work. A muted gravel base, in gray or tan, helps anchor the look. Add black or weathered steel edging to subtly define spaces, or insert a single minimalist bench or feature rock for extra impact. Lighting should be warm and directional, casting shadows that emphasize plant structure. This approach creates an earthy, calming, and modern feel without looking forced or artificial. It's minimalist but with attitude. A minimalist backyard doesn't have to look sterile or predictable. The asymmetrical stone and desert plant layout offers a modern yet earthy twist, perfect for those who want structure, texture, and simplicity without sharp, rigid lines. This style merges clean landscaping principles with the wild beauty of natural elements. Start with the ground. Use a soft-colored gravel base, gray, beige, or tan, spread evenly across your space. Instead of uniform square tiles or symmetrical stepping stones, incorporate large, irregular flagstone pieces. These should be placed thoughtfully, but not in a perfect pattern. Let some overlap gravel areas naturally, and let negative space between them breathe. This asymmetry creates flow and makes your space feel spontaneous and more connected to nature. Next, choose your plant palette. Desert plants work exceptionally well in minimalist landscapes because they have bold forms and require minimal care. Choose 2 to 3 main varieties to keep things cohesive. For example, mix agave, aloe vera, and yucca. Space them apart generously so that each plant stands alone as a sculptural feature. This isolation draws attention to the plant's shape and gives your yard a sense of gallery-like calm. If you want color, choose subtle tones, soft purples, silvers, or dusty greens. Avoid busy flower beds or overgrown borders. This layout thrives on openness and restraint. To contain the layout, use low-profile black steel edging or even concrete borders. Add visual contrast with a large boulder or a minimalist garden sculpture in a neutral tone. You don't need many accents, just one bold element is enough to anchor the entire composition. Lighting is the finishing touch. Use ground spotlights angled up at your feature plants. At night, this casts dramatic shadows on the gravel, adding depth and mood to your tiny landscape. This approach isn't about perfection, it's about presence. With minimal materials and maximum impact, the asymmetrical stone and desert plant style proves that less can still be bold, expressive, and grounded in natural beauty. don't have room for a garden? Think again. Vertical garden walls are the minimalist solution for small backyards, especially when designed in neutral tones. This isn't your average wall of plants. It's clean, curated, and tailored for calm. Instead of filling your limited yard with cluttered flower beds or too many potted plants, go vertical. A vertical garden wall uses height, not width, to bring in greenery. The key is restraint. You're not trying to grow a wild jungle. You're crafting a natural feature that feels intentional, modern, and elevated. The neutral palette sets the tone. Soft beige, gray, or muted olive backdrops with repeating textures of lush but simple plants like ferns, ivy, or trailing succulents. The repetition and symmetry create a calming rhythm, while the vertical layout opens up your space visually. Mounted planter boxes in wood, concrete, or matte black frames blend into the design. They shouldn't pop, they should melt into the background and let the plants become the stars. This wall can double as a privacy screen or serve as a living backdrop for a small seating area. Vertical gardens not only make your yard feel bigger, they also create a calming vibe, reduce noise, and even cool down the surrounding air. Whether your style is modern, earthy, or minimalist industrial, a neutral-toned vertical garden fits right in. This is landscaping with height, harmony, and intention. Small yard? No problem. With the right vertical garden wall, your space doesn't shrink, it expands. The neutral-toned vertical garden wall is a game-changer for small backyard landscaping. It maximizes space, minimizes clutter, and adds organic beauty in a way that feels modern and serene. This minimalist approach relies on a simple principle. Use the vertical space you already have and make it intentional. Start with the wall itself. A neutral-toned backdrop like soft gray concrete, beige stucco, or natural wood sets the foundation. This color palette is essential. It creates visual calm, avoids distraction, and serves as a muted stage for the greenery. The wall can be an existing fence, a side of your home, or a freestanding structure. Next, install your planter system. Choose clean-lined wall-mounted boxes, modular panels, or hanging systems. Stick to one material and color for consistency. Matte black steel, unfinished wood, or smooth white resin all work beautifully in a minimalist design. Avoid anything overly decorative. Simplicity is the goal. Now for the greenery. Choose plant types that are lush but not chaotic. Repeating patterns are powerful here. Rows of ivy, ferns, or low-maintenance succulents give a sense of rhythm and control. Let vines spill naturally but keep the lines tight. Group plants by type rather than mixing too many textures or colors. Spacing is key. Allow for breathing room between planters and between rows. The space around the plants is just as important as the plants themselves. This negative space enhances the feeling of openness and calm, even when the wall is fully planted. Lighting can elevate the entire feature. Install soft LED strips behind or below the wall to cast a warm upward glow. This will emphasize the textures of the greenery while keeping the look clean and modern after dark. You can also use the vertical wall as a privacy screen or outdoor focal point. Place a small bench, minimalist water feature, or compact dining setup in front of it to complete the space. The greenery becomes both decor and design anchor. This vertical garden doesn't try to overwhelm. It's not about packing in as many plants as possible, it's about selecting the right ones, placing them with care, and allowing each to shine. It turns a flat wall into a living, breathing backdrop that adds dimension and elegance to your small outdoor space. In a minimalist backyard, every detail matters. With neutral tones, vertical lines, and curated greenery, your garden wall becomes a calming force, a design choice that soothes, simplifies, and elevates. Minimalist garden design proves that you don't need a large yard to create a stunning, peaceful, and modern outdoor space. From zen garden corners to sleek vertical green walls, every idea we shared today focuses on smart use of space, clean lines, and intentional simplicity. Whether you're working with gravel, slate, stone, or sculptural plants, The goal is the same: to create a backyard that feels calm, beautiful, and uniquely yours. Each of these 5 ideas blends function and style, helping you transform even the smallest backyard into a luxurious retreat. It's not about how much you add, it's about what you choose to highlight. And with the right minimalist design, your outdoor space can feel bigger, cleaner, and more relaxing than ever. Thanks for watching and being part of our design journey. Thank you for visiting Green Garden Community TV. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with fellow garden lovers. See you in the next episode.